Alright, we're going to install an ABS toilet flange and an Airstream trailer. This is a threaded toilet flange. That's the part number. I got it from Evergreen RV. I don't know if that's a nationwide deal or not, but at any rate, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put some pipe dope on here. What we're using is T+2. It's a non-setting sealant for all types of plastics and metals. So we're going to put a little bit of pipe dope on the threads. And it doesn't need much, just a little bit. Just enough to seal up those threads in case the thing doesn't get super tight, but it should get pretty tight. I'm doing this with one hand, sorry. Alright. Then, what we're going to do, put it in there. I like to spin it backwards. You'll feel it click, kind of as the threads reset. There it is. And start pulling it out. And what it's going to do is pull the top of that tank up closer to the floor. You may have to, depending on if your screws are showing at all there, you're going to have to grind those flat or use a screwdriver or something to kind of hold it up as you tighten it. If you're wondering why my fingernails are painted, it's because I have little daughters and they painted my fingernails. So anyway, that's all there is to it. Now you're going to tighten this thing up, square these up to that back wall, and then you're all done. You'll put 8 screws around the perimeter. Make sure your screws are not so long they go into your tank. Your subfloor is 3/4 of an inch, I think, in this one. So make sure you're 3/4 of an inch plus a 1/4 inch thickness of the flange. And so this is going to be, I'm thinking I'm using 1 1/4 inch screws because I do have some space between the top of the tank and the bottom of the floor. So that's all there is to it. Alright, so we got that thing started and it's pretty tightened up. All I was doing is taking a screwdriver, pushing this thing around just like that. I still have a little bit of a little bump where these old screws were. So what I'm going to do is tighten this thing up. It's relatively tight enough for what I'm doing. That dope should seal up any shortcomings and tightness on the threads. Then we're going to do our best to square these holes with the back of the wall of this bathroom so that the toilet sits in here square. And it's showing 11 and 3/16. This is showing 11 1/4. It needs to go back that way just a bit, but unfortunately I've got those old screws in the way. So we may have to deal with that being as close as we get. It looks like I can get a screw in this way. Alright, so we've got new screws. These are about an inch and 1/4, something like that. I think they're right at an inch now that I think about it. Yep, they're an inch from the point all the way to the top. These are beveled head countersunk screws. And I'm going to put these in places where I don't have a screw getting in the way first, so this thing won't move once I go trying to get, if I run into those old screw bodies left in place. Well, I broke that one, but hey, it's in place. There you have it. If you have any questions, please comment. Any suggestions, please comment.